Mark Wheeler, and I am the Democratic candidate that's going to take Tommy Tuberville's seat in the United States Senate in 2026. I graduated from high school, and I figured out really quick that life is not built for people that are not given a silver spoon when they're born, right? You go to work in a factory, and they're going to demand that you work 60, 70, 84-hour weeks for the bare minimum pay. Not enough to pay rent, not enough to buy a house, just enough to scrape by. And so here I am, this guy working these 60, 72, 84-hour weeks while going to college, while also raising a family. But then at the end of that 7 years, I graduated from Jacksonville State University with a bachelor's degree in chemistry and emergency management. And so now my full-time day job, I work as a chemist, which is cool. I think that's super exciting, and I know chemistry is boring for most people, but for me, it was fun. And I look around at my community, and everybody I went to high school with is still struggling. 98% of the kids I graduated high school with cannot afford to buy a home. Most of them can't afford to buy rent on one income. 98% of the kids I went to high school with do not have a career. They work a dead-end job. And that's the truth for most young people in our communities. Most people under 30 don't have a career. They don't want a home. They don't have any type of clear path forward in front of them. The rest of their life is going to be struggle, and they know it. And it makes them hateful, it makes them resentful, and it makes them feel like politics and our government in general doesn't work for them. And the fact is, it does not. And so I sat there in January of this year, it's the night before Donald Trump's inauguration. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking about people that I went to school with, and I started thinking about my kids. And I said, what does life look like for them in 20, 30, 40 years? When I'm dead, do they have a future in front of them? Amazon's new factories that they're building are employee-less. They're fully automated, full of robotics, no human will work inside the building. Google's going the same way. And this is the future that we're all facing. By the time I'm dead and gone, there will not be jobs for my kids to work, or your kids, or your grandkids. And that's the future that we're getting left by the rich and the wealthy. And it's not right. So myself, Dr. Will Boyd, and several others have been all up and down the state over the last 6 or 8 months. And we can tell you thousands and thousands and thousands of Alabamians are fed up, and they're ready for change. They're ready for a progressive future where people have opportunities. And I think together we can come together to do that. The answer to getting those things, and the answer to keeping them, not just for us, but for our children, starts with term limits in Congress. Number 2, we make stock trading a criminal offense for members of Congress. I think it's time for us to start reinvesting in American infrastructure. That means things like ultra-high-speed rail. So, and once we've started investing in infrastructure like that here in the United States, at the exact same time, and for almost no extra cost, we can build out an electric infrastructure so that we don't have privatized energy. So you're not paying Alabama Power $400, $500, $600 a month for electricity. You can take and install fiber optics at the exact same time and make sure that you're giving high-speed internet at a very affordable rate to the public without having to spend a whole bunch extra. And we can have a future like that. We can give our children and our grandchildren opportunity if we come together and if we make it overturn in the midterm elections. So again, my name is Mark Wheeler. I'm running for Tuberville's seat in the United States Senate, and I hope that I've earned your vote. I'm happy to take questions if anybody has any.
Questions for Mark. Talk to us about your ideas of health care.